I want to spend a few moments talking about strengths and why you should always play to your strengths. And let me start by defining what I mean by a strength. A strength is something that energizes you. It's something you love doing, and because you love doing it, you spend time doing it. And of course, the consequence of spending time doing things is you get better of them. In fact, Malcolm Gladwell talks about the 10,000 hours rule, saying that if you really enjoy something and you spend 10,000 hours doing it, you'll have mastery of it. Now, I'm not for a minute suggesting you should spend 10,000 hours, but I do think in the world of work, life is too short to spend your time doing things you don't like. And I think particularly at this time, it's important to explore the things you like doing and see to what extent you can deploy them, stretch them, develop them. Now, having made the case why you should use a strength, the obvious starting point is, so what are my strengths? Now, obviously, in the business, we use things like Strengths Profile to help people identify their strengths. You can buy Marcus Buckingham's bestseller, Strengths Finder, and you can do an online test to do that. But equally, I'm suggesting you can ask your friends if need be. You can ask people who know you well what it is that they think you're good at. And I think it's worth taking the time to reflect on that, thinking about how you're spending your time, what gives you most satisfaction. Because I believe if you do that, then you can build a level of expertise. I also believe life is too short, far too short, to spend time doing what you don't like doing. And indeed, I'm going to make the case, if something you do and you're competent at it, but you don't enjoy it, well, A, you won't get the job satisfaction. B, the organisation is going to get an okay job. So I'm making the case why you should spend your time focusing on your strengths. So during this time, what can you do to stretch those strengths? So I'm going to suggest a couple of things you might want to do. So one is taking the strengths, such as, let's say, personal development, and exploring various different things I can do to develop myself. Things like listening to podcasts, or obviously things like reading, but doing interactive quizzes. Being actively curious and seeking out things, how I can develop that strength. Equally, I said before, asking friends what it is you like about them and asking for recommendations of how you can better apply that strength, how you can spend more time doing it. Okay, because I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks, as we get into the bit of lockdown, we're going to struggle, I think, with how do I spend my time, or why doesn't spring come, why can't we go out? Whereas if we spend our time focusing on our strengths and how we can deploy them more effectively, or use them with other people, use them doing things differently, that is going to reward you both in terms of job satisfaction and in getting better doing that strength. Hence Michael's case. And remember what is Confucius say, find a job you love, in brackets, use your strengths, close brackets, and you'll never work again. That's the power of strengths.